Children are often described as life's greatest blessing, yet raising them is also one of the greatest responsibilities any adult can undertake. They require years of care, guidance, financial support, emotional investment, and patience. Unlike possessions that can be set aside when they become inconvenient, children depend on the adults around them for everything from their physical well-being to their moral and emotional development. The question, therefore, is not simply why people choose to have children, but how society can best prepare them to become capable, responsible, and fulfilled adults. One observation that becomes clear when spending time with children and young people is that many are naturally pleasant, cooperative, motivated, and eager to learn when they feel secure, respected, and valued. These qualities are rarely created through fear alone. While the possibility of punishment may discourage certain behaviors, genuine motivation usually comes from a child's sense of purpose, belonging, and achievement, rather than anxiety about consequences. Children thrive when they understand that they have an important place within their family and community. Those who are given meaningful responsibilities often develop confidence, self-discipline, and resilience. Simple household chores, helping younger siblings, caring for pets, or contributing to family routines teach children that their actions matter and that they can make a positive difference to those around them. As children mature, these responsibilities naturally expand. They begin to acquire practical skills, solve problems independently, and develop a growing sense of competence. This gradual increase in responsibility provides a foundation for adulthood that constant entertainment or excessive protection cannot replace. Praise also plays an important role, but it is most effective when used thoughtfully. Constantly praising every minor action can diminish its value and may encourage children to seek approval rather than personal satisfaction. Instead, recognizing genuine effort, perseverance, improvement, and significant achievements helps children develop intrinsic motivation. Learning to take pride in doing something well for its own sake is an important life lesson. Discipline is another essential aspect of raising children. Every family, school, and community requires standards of behavior if people are to live and work together successfully. Children need to understand that actions have consequences, both positive and negative. Rewarding responsible behavior encourages its repetition, while appropriate consequences for unacceptable behavior help children learn accountability. Debates surrounding corporal punishment have continued for generations and remain deeply divisive. Some argue that any form of physical punishment is inherently wrong, while others believe it remains a legitimate disciplinary option under certain circumstances. Between these opposing positions lies a more nuanced perspective. From this viewpoint, corporal punishment is neither a universal solution nor an inherently immoral practice. Rather, it is seen as one possible disciplinary measure whose effectiveness depends greatly on how, when, and why it is used. Most child development specialists agree that positive guidance, consistent boundaries, communication, and proportionate non-physical consequences should form the foundation of discipline. Physical punishment, where it is lawful, has generally been viewed by its supporters as something that should be used sparingly, if at all, rather than as a routine method of managing behavior. The overwhelming majority of effective discipline does not involve physical punishment. Clear expectations, consistency, loss of privileges, restorative actions, and calm but firm enforcement of rules often achieve better long-term outcomes while preserving trust between adults and children. These approaches also help children develop self-control rather than merely avoiding punishment. Parents, teachers, and other adults entrusted with the care and education of children all share the responsibility of preparing young people for adult life. In today's schools, the teaching profession is predominantly female, with women making up around 80% of the workforce and men approximately 20%. Regardless of gender, effective teachers provide structure, encouragement, consistency, and high expectations while helping children develop academically, socially, and emotionally. Whether at home or in school, adults must establish clear standards of behavior. Children who grow up without boundaries may struggle later in life when they encounter employers, universities, legal systems, or personal relationships that inevitably expect responsibility, reliability, and respect for others. Learning that choices have consequences is an essential part of growing into a capable adult. Ultimately, successful parenting and education are about far more than punishment or reward. They involve helping children discover purpose, develop competence, contribute to the lives of others, and gradually assume responsibility for themselves. Discipline should always serve these larger goals, rather than existing as an end in itself. The aim is not simply to produce obedient children, but to raise thoughtful, resilient, compassionate, and responsible adults who understand both the freedoms and responsibilities that come with living in society. When children feel valued, are given meaningful opportunities to contribute, and experience fair, consistent guidance, they are far more likely to develop into confident individuals capable of making positive choices throughout their lives.